Can you guess which of these three celebrity couples have been married the longest? Is the answer A, B, or C? You have 7 seconds to give your answer. Time's up. The correct answer is letter B.
Hello, hello, hello. Hey, how's everybody doing this evening? We are the Sloans. I am Sheldon. This is my lovely wife,
Sheila.
All right. Glad you guys could join us this evening. We're here just vibing out tonight. We've got a couple of things that we'd like to talk with everybody about. We don't have any special guests with us here this evening, except for our viewers that are live on Facebook, YouTube, whatever platform that you are using to join us this evening. And we really appreciate you guys joining in with us. So, right at this moment, what we'd like to do is kind of go ahead and jump into what we've got going on this evening. And this is kind of what the format for what we're doing is for our couples this evening. We'd like for you to have a pen pad handy so that you can answer the questions the way that you would answer them and also the way you think that your spouse would answer them. So that way you can interact with us a little differently this evening. We're going to be asking you a couple of questions on what do you think your spouse would say and what would you say? And we just want you to write those answers down. And at the end of everything, or at the end of each question, we'll see how you did. Did you get it right with your spouse? And just go from there. All right. But yes, we are. Like I said, once again, we are the Sloans. My name is Sheldon. This is my wife Sheila, and we are facilitators here with I Do Me Too. .org. If you'd like to follow Friends of Our Marriage, you can check us out on Friends of Our Marriage or go to www.idometoo.org. All right. We are going to let you guys know about our couples challenge that we do have going on. Review the principles of friendship of your marriage separately and quickly, and then make a list of couples that you think are truly friends of your marriage. Then get together and share this list with each other and see how those people match up with each other. Because when you're married with each other, it's very, very important for you to have friends of your marriage, not just friends of you, but friends of your marriage. People who don't want to see you guys break up. They don't want to see you guys separate. They want to make sure that you guys are together forever. And that's what we're here working on. Because my wife and I, how long we been married, Beth?
Listen to me.
Look, she don't want to. She just happened on the spot.
Well, we're going on 17 years this January.
Okay.
Well, we've been married for 17 years, March the 13th, and we've been together for 22 years, January the 2nd. So yeah,
she got it right. I ask her that all the time, and she forgets. Most of the time, it's the man that forgets, but I remember it. I had to put you out there. I had to. That's what we do.
It's a lot because we've been together. We became friends.
Yeah, friends.
So
first.
I don't really think about our marriage as like marriage, like some people do. You're really more of my best friend than you are. You're my husband, and I look at it that way. But you're my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
So.
That was sweet. All right. Well, if we've got any couples out there, let us know how many years you guys have been married. Just drop it down in the chat. How many years have you guys been married? Put your name in and just let us know who you are and what's going on out there with you guys. All right. While we're going through that, we want to let you guys. We do want to tell you guys a little bit more about what we are as a whole with Friends of Our Marriage. Just to describe to you guys kind of what we are. Because we are friends of your marriage. you want to make sure that you do have people around you that surround you that want to keep you together. And here's a quick little video
It's
just
so
to show you a
important.
little bit about who we are.
We had to travel the world of our past to realize it was harder before cause we weren't by each other's side. Maybe it took a little longer to know together we're stronger. That's the way our love survived. Now we've gone through the fire. Love will take us higher, higher than it was before we went through love and war. See the promised land, walking hand in hand. Now that we can understand what we were fighting for. Fighting for love, love, love. Fighting for love.
No, not yet. All right, fighting for love. That's one of my favorite songs too. Artist that you do hear right there. That is
Elijah Jamal.
That's right, Elijah Jamal. I
Yes,
put
I
on
sing
this
that song all the time. I love that song. I love it. I love it. I love it.
one of our favorite
Put in the
artists.
chat if you want me to send it to you, because I can.
We'll try to send that song to you. Well, we will send it to you so you can go and purchase that yourself. We send you the link on how to get that. All right, let's go ahead and jump right on into things and see what we're doing. Who knows best? Which one is the better listener when it comes to important issues? Now, remember,
Wow.
we have the answer for me and the answer for what you think your spouse would say. So, what we want to see right now is what you think. I'm writing down my answer right now. Which one is the better listener when you discuss important issues? I'm going to go ahead and put my answer down here.
And then what I think you would say.
Yeah, what you think I would say. And then we're going to discuss that real quick. All right. All right. So,
And you guys put it in your chat so we can.
yeah, drop it down in the chat for us as well, so that we guys know what you guys are thinking, what your answers are. So my answer, I'm gonna give my answer real quick. My answer is she does. That's my answer, and I think that she would say she does.
Well, I did. I put my answer would be A. I would say I do,
Mhm.
but I thought you would say both. Yeah,
Well, thank
because
you.
we always argue about you be telling me, well, I think this is supposed to happen this way, and then so you like I listen better.
Okay, I see where you're coming from on that. But I mean, and the reason why I said you is because I know that whenever we are having a discussion, you can remember every detail that was spoken, and I can't. I can
Okay, I get it.
remember certain points
Mm-hmm.
that I guess are highlighted through the conversation, but you remember detailed
Okay, so
details.
that's why you said me.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, but now remember, we love to
So
hear
do
from
we
you
have any
guys.
couples on tonight?
Are there any
Let us
couples
know who's
on?
out
Let
there.
us know if you are out there. We know that we do have one here couple that has spoken out. Alan McRudge says that
Okay,
we've
the
known each
Rudges.
other. Oh yes, and Mr. There we go. There we go. The Rudge is in the building this evening. How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Oh, you guys been knowing each other for 23 years and been married
Married
for
for
7.
7. Okay. All right. That's a long time to know somebody before getting married. That's
Mm-hmm.
like really a long time to know somebody
I
before
think
getting
what
married.
we was together for 7 years before you asked me to marry you.
Yeah. Nope. 6 years. Because we met
Why
2001.
do I can't remember nothing? And you know
I'm
it
just
all.
saying, 2000. We met 2001, and 2007 we were married. We got married, so that's 6 years.
Oh, that's 6 years.
It's just, I mean, 6, 7. We've been together so long. I do understand what you mean, though.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I get it. I get it. All right. We both said both. Okay, so they both answered both. Okay. All right. Well, we're loving how everybody's enjoying everything this evening. We really, really appreciate you guys joining us this evening. We've got a couple, let's see what else we got going on here. What's our next question? If your spouse won $1 million lottery, would you be concerned about the changing in your relationship, things changing in your relationship? Mm.
Mm-mm.
Would you be concerned
Actually,
about
that's
it
cool
changing your
that was
relationship?
one of the questions.
Okay. So if your spouse won $1 million lottery, would you be concerned about it changing your relationship? A, not at all. B, I might be a little concerned with that much money. C, I would have serious concerns that we would disagree about how to spend it. Or D, absolutely. That much money could lead to a divorce.
Mm.
Man. Well,
Mm-hmm.
all right. Let's see. Let's see I wrote down what you would think. I think I wrote down my answer for you. I'm hiding it.
I'm
I don't need you looking at my paper. Don't look at my paper.
You're so silly.
All right. All right. So, what do you guys think? Let's chime in here online and tell us what you guys think as well, because we'd really like to know what everybody else is thinking as well. If your spouse won $1 million lottery, would you be concerned about it changing your relationship?
I just actually read up about this guy. He won $100,000 on the Powerball,
Hmm.
and he saved it. He saved his ticket for 2 months to surprise his wife on
Oh,
her
wow.
birthday. Yeah, it was
Man, that's
50,000, but it was like he won. He made another number, so it times it by two, so it ended up totaling to be 100,000. Yeah,
Oh,
and he
so the
saved his.
Powerball, he hit
He
the
hit the
Powerball
Powerball.
to double it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
I wouldn't
I
have
was like,
saved that.
that's cool.
We'd have got that. We'd
Oh,
have been
you
and
wouldn't have
had it.
waited till my birthday.
No, you'd had an early birthday. It'd have been an
Yep,
early
he saved
birthday.
it for 2 months.
Yes, it would have been an early birthday. But let's see what we got out here in streaming land. What are your answers? What are you feeling right
Actually,
now? Is anybody answering for us tonight?
I said A
For you or for me?
for both.
Really?
I
Okay.
just really think that it'd be just fine winning the lottery. We won't have no issues.
You wouldn't? It wouldn't change anything.
Mm-mm.
You don't think so?
What'd you say? No.
Oh, I
What'd you
said it
say?
wouldn't change anything either. I was just trying to get you to change your
No.
mind.
I mean, the only thing I think we wouldn't. I think we would have to agree on depending on how much it is, like how much we put down on a home and things like that, and you know,
Just little minor things that we're trying to pick up now.
yeah,
I
know,
can
'cause,
agree with that. I do agree with that. I agree with that. Let's see
let's
what we got
see.
going on here. Roger said,
We both said not at
not at
all.
all, not at
Mhm.
all. We said the same thing. I just can't see money making a big difference in the relationship that we have. I know
Mhm.
that now there are some relationships that where there are some couples that we've encountered that have separate bank accounts,
Mhm.
um, just
They work separate jobs. They
or
don't talk to each
hide
other at
money.
all.
I mean, they just don't.
You do got some friends that be telling you to
Yeah,
put your money in your
but
wallet.
those are the single friends that I don't hang around with every day, and
Mhm.
those are the ones that when I'm hanging around certain people or I'm around certain people, they don't understand how we have everything together. Um, like she said, we've been together for 22 years. I mean, knowing each other for that long. I mean, it's just a trust that I have with her, she has with me, that we utilize together. And it works for us, but what works for us doesn't work for everybody. And so I do
Mhm.
understand when someone says that I got my own bank account. I ain't no way I can understand how my wife ain't gonna have no codes to this. I ain't doing it because da 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 da, whatever. Um, I mean, I can understand how that may be in some people's issue. They've been married before. They've been, what I'm saying, with this woman. Something has happened in the relationship where they don't trust each other that much.
Mhm.
Things have happened. where they've got those type of issues. But I mean, we've been through ups and downs in our life as well, just like everyone else. But it's a trust factor that I guess I have with her and she has with me that allows us to be able to do that. So I think that's just how it works for us. And I'm sure, I see that the Rudges have said the same thing. That it really, really, really is, both of them agree that there's no way that money is going to like be a factor in the decisions that they're making. All right, let's see. We have another question here. Let's see what the next question is. Who knows best?
Wow.
If your spouse, if you found condoms in your spouse's pocket, how would you respond? Okay. I would ask about the condoms. I would ignore the condoms to keep the peace.
Now tell me, who would do that? Who?
Wait. Let's let it go. Don't, because somebody might agree with me. Let's not do that.
Okay.
Okay. I would throw the condoms away and hope that my spouse mentions them, or I would look for signs that my spouse is unfaithful before mentioning the condoms. We're going to go ahead and get that answer right on out the way. And I already know what her answer is, and I know what my answer is. I don't even got to ask her what her answer is. I know it better be what I thought it was going to be on this one.
Well, okay. So let's see if anybody's on here first because I thought you would throw I thought you would throw the condoms away and then ask me later.
I mean, it was, well, I mean, someone just said hello to us from the I Do Me Too page. There we go. Hello. And
so that's my answer for you. Would you throw the condoms away and then ask me later?
Yeah, that's exactly. You really think that's what I would do? I know you didn't think. No. My answer is, hey, I'm gonna ask you about. As soon as I see it, what is this? What is it? What's this? Who is this for? Because who and what and when and where, that like the who, what, when, where. That's what I would be going through that process right
so
there.
My answer was wrong. That's exactly what I put. I put C.
You put C? You really thought that I would hide? Wait a minute. Let's go back to what it said real quick. She thought that I would say, I would throw the condoms away. Yeah, right. And hope my spouse mentioned, like, you gonna ask me about it after I threw it away. Oh man, I love this woman.
Well, you so free spirit. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's not what would happen. Well, I got that wrong for you. I think I said to you. Oh, you said you would ask me.
For myself, I definitely would ask you.
Okay, well.
Yeah, as I was walking at the door, because I would not be sitting here like, babe, who's condom? Why you have condoms in your wallet?
Mm-hmm.
I just probably would throw them out in the trash and then text and say, this is why I'm not at the house. Like, not joking.
Oh man. Okay. I see. Well, I can understand why you would say that, but no, if I found condoms on there, there's no way that I wouldn't confront and ask you about that. I would come directly to you and ask you about that one. Is there anybody out there in YouTube, Facebook land that wants to comment on that one? Because I am like still in shock that she did not say, hey, I am in total shock. I'm in shock right now. I thought she would have said, hey.
Yes, chime in, y'all. We don't have no guests on today. We'd like to talk to some people.
Yeah, we've been waiting on you guys.
Hey, Green.
What's going on with you, Miss Green?
How you doing?
It's glad to see you out there. Tell Mr. Jerry we said hello,
yes.
hello.
Yes.
We need to talk with you guys. Get you guys out here and talk with us a little bit on the show, just a little bit to give us that experience. Because I know you guys have been together for a while.
Tell us
too.
how long y'all been together.
Yeah, how long have
y'all
you
been
guys been
married?
together,
How long you
Alicia?
been knowing each other, Miss Alicia?
And while we do that, and we're waiting on those
I do. Me
responses.
too. Said. Did you read that one?
Let's see. Hold on, what? Which one?
Right there.
You say you got some splaining to do. Oh yeah, she got some splaining to do. Some splaining. You got some splaining to
He's
do,
such a free
Lucy.
spirit. So
Oh, no
that's
free
why I
spirit,
thought
no
he-
free spirit here, Lucy. You got some splaining to do. Yeah, man. Hey, what's going on, Unc? I got my Unc in the building. Hey, what's going on with you?
Hello.
Glad to see
hello.
you guys going on here this evening. Glad to see you.
Oh,
All right, and the Greens have been married
40
40
years.
years this December.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. We definitely want to sit down and talk with you guys a little bit more. Maybe we could pick your brain a little bit about 40 years of how do you do it?
Yep.
Because I mean, I know we've been together for 22 years with been married for 17, but it's a process, just being together. And 40 years is something that's a milestone in a way in a marriage.
Mhm.
Just being together that long, just being able to put up with that person for that
Mhm.
long,
Well, it's actually learning.
and learning that person. Because it's universities in that's the way I
Yep,
look
in
at it
marriage.
in marriage,
Mhm.
and it's not a 4-year university. It's like every decade you graduate to the next level, and then
Mhm.
you got to go for your bachelor's. And then you got to go for your master's, all of that, whatever it goes. But you got to go for those different degrees throughout your marriage and being together for those years. And so we would definitely love to sit down and talk with you guys more about that. All right. Well, just to let you guys know a little bit more about our group, we do host these different events on Monday nights where we help facilitate on Monday nights. We are the Sloans. We're here on Monday nights, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. Tuesdays, we have our good friends, the Jamals, who host on Tuesdays from 7 p.m. Central and starting at 7 p.m. Central and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. And then also our good friends, the Nichols, who facilitate on Saturdays from on 10 a.m. Central Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, along with our good friends, the Rudges, who are co-hosts. They pop in every once in a while on all of our broadcasts and kind of keep the mood going good and just talking with us a little bit more about how things are in reality and being friends of our marriage. They've been friends of ours for a long time, and we'd really love to join with more friends that are just like us all and just be able to confide in each other and talk to each other and build relationships with each other to grow and be stronger together.
Yep. And then, well, explain to everyone about the word of the day.
All right.
On
Well,
I do me too.
the word of the day. The word of the day. Today's word for the day. Now, make sure that you enter this word to be eligible to win a prize when you go to our website, which is the www.idometoo.org. You'll be able to go in and log in, and our word of the day is we can't tell you. You have to guess it.
Yeah.
You have to guess what our word of the day is.
And how do they send that information to us?
Yes.
They send it to us through
They go-
Facebook.
Nope, they have to go to the website. You have to go to the website to www.idometoo.org, and then you'll be able to answer for the question for the word of the day.
Yep.
And you'll be eligible to win one of these wonderful prizes, maybe that we have up. The
And we have
aprons.
the
I love the book bag myself.
Yeah, we love
The coffee
book
mug.
bag.
I need the black coffee mug. I don't have the black coffee mug.
We have the white one.
Shout out to all my producers who might be on the show listening tonight. I don't have the black coffee mug or the apron. I would love to have those. Ooh, those are new, and I'm looking for that.
I'm telling you guys, this bag is humongous. We
Yes.
travel everywhere with that bag.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah, we do a lot
And
of
look,
traveling.
okay, I was gonna say
Oh
this right
wow,
here. You got the
yeah.
clock cap.
Let me get out of this one right here. This is
That
amazing.
actually popped up in my head when I saw your uncle pop up.
My uncle actually just got on, and he was letting me know that my grandparents have been married for 72 years.
Mm-hmm.
And that is exactly who I need
And
to
they
talk
look
to.
so
Oh my
young.
God. I think that would be awesome. I might have to get you to help us to facilitate that. Get my grandma and grandpa on here just for a quick chit chat to ask them a few questions, to make sure that we can get them in and just, pick their brains a little bit. Maybe we can just do an interview with them or something, and we can get that out there as well. A comment from one of our guests, Elisa Green, says, it is learning. It is a learning process. You learn to work it out and keep God at the center as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is true. I can definitely, I can definitely attest to that. Because when you don't have God in the middle of everything, it is something that it's a hard road to try to go through when you're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'd like to hear from them too. Yeah, I know. My grandparents, yeah, it's 72 years. That's a long time. Some people don't even live that long, but
Mm-hmm.
they've been together, married that long. I mean, and that's just a beautiful thing. That is just truly a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm. Over the weekend, we just heard a story about them owning a gas station
They owned a store.
or a
I
store
just
in
found out.
Harmony.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they used to own a store in Harmony. I mean, as from what someone had told me, they used to own a store out in Harmony, and it was like a general type of store. And that's why they're so known in the community. People love them so much. I mean, but they've
Mm-hmm.
been around for so long. That's true, Uncle Mike. Okay, yeah. My Uncle Mike just chimed in. He said, "Yes,
That
yes,
is
they
true.
did. They did." That is why that's so cool.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. All right, let's see what we got going up next
See, the
here.
entrepreneurship runs in
It
the
runs in the
family.
family. Yeah,
Yeah.
it runs in all of us. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I want to go ahead and jump on and just give you a little bit more insight as to what we've got going on coming up soon.
Now is time to explore Bible based answers to real life issues with questions that help get a better understanding about the Bible verse for our featured topic. You can find the interactive lesson in assignments at idometoo.org. Click to access this week's assignments, and then go to number 2 to complete Bible study lesson, and click Go to Interactive Bible Study. Click Start Course, and then just scroll through the lesson and get started. Now, let's get started with the Bible verse and study questions.
All right. We've had so much fun going through a lot of the things that we've been going through with these groups, and just learning different things about different people, and how they deal with things in their marriage. It's just been really, really great to feed off of that. Just knowing that other people have problems too. We're not the only ones that have issues. I mean, how do you feel about that? Just knowing that we do have friends that we can actually discuss things with and talk with about,
Mm-hmm.
different problems.
Well, since we started, ID Me Too, Friends of Your Marriage, it's been a lot more comfortable speaking to different people and letting them know, that it's other people out here that you can actually become friends with. You don't have to become friends with everybody like in your hometown. That's what we had issues with. We was trying to become friends with people in our hometown that was really
Mhm.
close to where we live and to do things, and it was falling. We would gain, relationship, then it would fail, and then we just kept praying about it until we found the couples that we are involved in right now.
Right.
And for over 10 years now, we've been having, friends, building it day by day.
Man. And just knowing that we have such a great core group of people that we've been around. I really, I mean, those, I mean, they may not be on right now, but they'll be able to tune in later, and we'll know that you guys will see it. We really, really love you guys, and we thank you for being a part of our lives. Just it's just changed our lives, and we really appreciate all the love you guys give us, all the advice that you guys give us. The guys that I get to talk with, Jeff, Mark, Aaron, I appreciate all the advice that you guys do give, to me, when we do have those conversations. It's a great peace of mind knowing that I have someone that I can confide in and tell them about how Sheila getting on my nerves, and Sheila's doing this and Sheila's doing that, and they say, well, what are you doing? Why is Sheila? They don't just say, oh yeah, I know. They're like, well, what are you doing? And that brings me back to reality. And instead of just pointing that finger at her, looking at the four fingers pointing back at myself, there's always, there's something coming from me that I can fix. And they let me know that. And I really appreciate you guys for that. I do. My Uncle Mike was saying that they owned a church furniture business. Oh wow. That's what, man. I'm learning more and more about my family as we grow.
I'm just happy together. I am so super excited to know that they was married for 72 years. That's a long, truly a blessing. Long time.
I mean, I aspire to be like that. I do. I mean, I hope that we can live long enough for that to come to fruition. I know they got married a lot younger than we did, a couple years before we did, but if we can even get to
40,
get to that 70 some years.
40 and 50 is
40 and 50 is good, but I want to hit that 70, 80. I do. I want to hit that 70, 80.
Yep.
All right. And as we move forward, we have been talking with couples throughout the nation about just coming together as couples and being a part of what we do. And we are just glad to know that we've got this core group that's working with us right now. And the Nichols will be presenting on Saturday. Want to remind you guys to join the Nichols on Saturday as they present on Saturday. And then also we want to remind you about the Jamals tomorrow night. They will be live tomorrow night, to presenting live and just joining together and giving more advice on how they can help with your relationship as well. Now they are doctors, and we love these guys. We've been with them for a while, been knowing them for a while, and we just love them to death. And remember, you can win if you go to idometoo.org. That's www.idometoo.org and register for the word of the day. And remember, we've got a word up, so be sure you think about what our word could be. It may have something to do with love. It may have something to do with trust. It may have something to do with infidelity. It may have something to do with lust. It could, I mean, we don't know. I mean, we do know, but you don't know. But these are the different topics.
Fourth week of what? Trust.
Fourth
week is the fourth week, right?
and temptation, different things that we've been talking about throughout this whole series, and it's just been really, really, really good for us to be a part of this. Now, as we move forward, we'd like to once again let you guys know a little bit more about what we do with I Do Me Too. For those who've just joined on, we had a few more people that have joined in, so we'd like to show you one more time real quick what we're all about with I Do Me Too.
We had to travel the world of our past to realize it was harder before, cause we weren't by each other's side. Maybe it took a little longer to know together we're stronger. That's the way our love survived. Now we've gone through the fire. Love will take us higher, higher than it was before we went through love and war. See the promised land, walking hand in hand. Now that we can understand what we were fighting for, fighting for love, love, fighting for love.
All right. All right. We have a couple questions that we'd like to ask to everyone just to see how things are going right now. All right. And question number one, what does it mean to command, and why is it difficult to command those who are rich? What does it mean to command, and why is it difficult to command those who are rich? Well, what it means to command is to mean to tell someone what to do, how to lead someone, to make them, to just make them be able to do it. Basically, you're commanding them to do it. You're telling them they better do it. And I guess in my perception of things, why is it difficult to command those who are rich? Because those who are rich think that they're entitled a lot of times. In my mind, I mean, this is my thinking. People who are rich, a lot of times, they really feel like they're entitled, and they feel like
get by with
they
whatever.
are telling you what to do most of the time anyway, because that's what they're used to doing. So that is my perception of things. What do you feel about it?
I mean, what does it mean to be command? I mean, it's bossy. You know, I just feel like, somebody bossy. You know, what is the why is it difficult to command those who are rich? Because they think they own everything. I mean, I just feel like the way that, some rich folks grow up too, they especially if they grew up as a child and became rich because of their parents, they don't know how, and they were spoiled the whole time that they was a child. So it just makes it worse,
There are some people that come, they call it new money, people that come into money that inherit money or win the lottery, or they may start a business and it just boom takes off really, really well. They call it new money, and I think a lot of new money people feel entitled. Once they get that money, they're in command. They're in command. And so yeah, that's my perception of that. Do we have any? Let's see what we got in the chat. Does anyone have anything to say? Let's see. We have from I Do Me Too, Facebook user. Isn't it interesting that the Bible tells us as believers to command others? Oh,
and where would we find that in the Bible?
Let us know where that is in the Bible. I mean, I know I do read the Bible, but I can't remember that part.
To command others, I'm thinking about my kids as they was growing up. Tell them what to do. Like you
But
can't
that was
do
teaching
this.
them.
Yeah,
That's
but I
not
wasn't
commanding.
commanding.
Yeah, that's a
But
teaching thing.
if you think about the Bible, that's what I
Okay.
was thinking. Raising my children.
All right, we have another Facebook user here. The true answer is in submission. My desire should be to my wife. Command is control. Submission is love. I like that. I like that. I really like that answer. That's how I kind of feel about that myself. Because if I'm commanding somebody to do something, that means I'm the boss. That means I run the show. That means you gonna listen to me or you going home. I ain't gonna pay you. Well, that's what it feels like to me. I do. That's exactly what I kind of feel on that right there. And we have another comment here.
I think that I Do Me Too.
That's
Someone
the
was saying
scripture
that
for
the
today.
scripture for
That
today.
is the scripture for today. That is Ephesians 5 speaks of submission. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ephesians 5.
We're going to definitely. We
Yeah.
take notes as we write. We love to hear from you guys out here. This is good. We love that. And as we move on to our next question here, I mean, I do agree with you guys on that. Submission is love.
Mhm.
That's kind of how I feel on that one myself. Our
Mhm.
next question is, what does it mean to be haughty? Haughty. And have you been haughty? If so, how? All right. Does anyone have any answers on haughty? In my mind, I'm not really sure what haughty means. I believe that haughty means that you are high and mighty. If I am wrong, please let me know. But I believe that you have like an attitude of
A stinky attitude.
kind of bougie, I guess it would say. Yeah, bouginess.
So we have I Do Me Too on Facebook. So are we speaking this correctly?
I do believe that is what a haughty attitude is, like a bougie type of attitude, and you will very like an arrogant type,
Arrogant.
very uh nose in the air type of person. Let's see, we had anybody? Yeah, we have a chat here. Yes, arrogant.
Yes.
Yes.
It is arrogant.
Yes, arrogant.
Yes.
I can definitely agree with that one there. Yes.
That does fall in place with bougie.
Mhm.
I mean, being commanding.
Yes. Being
That
commanding.
does somebody that's really bossy.
Yeah. 1 Timothy 6:17. Command those who are rich in the present age to be haughty, nor to trust in riches, but in the living God who gives us richly all things to enjoy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So he's basically saying, don't be.
Don't be haughty.
Don't be.
Right.
And
Don't
I
be
can
arrogant.
feel that because,
Yeah. Who wants to see an arrogant
yes.
person? I don't like seeing that. When you
Yep.
see the arrogance of someone and they're like showing off them being so it or whatever, it's just like,
Mhm.
okay, you're it today. It feels funny when you see stuff like that. We have another comment.
Miss
Haughty
Green.
means to consider yourself better than someone else, boastful and prideful person.
Mhm.
Yes, yeah. I was.
Their
I was on the
nose is
right
like this all the
page.
time.
You
Hello.
stink.
You talk like that too as well. I would like to have this type of wine.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah.
I can totally attest to. I just there's
We do a lot of events.
we
so
do a
we
lot,
are
yeah,
around a lot of
a lot of
some people
arrogant,
that
haughty people.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you have to adjust yourself to that thing too.
It's really not a race thing either.
No.
It's really in the person.
It's just
It's
in the
the person.
Mhm.
It's not a color. It's their attitude, how they was raised, and I've been seeing that for years, and I'm so glad that I Do Me Too brought this up.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
we're experiencing a lot of um, change in our life as we grow as
Mhm.
entrepreneurs and facilitators with the group here. Just learning that there are different aspects of
Mm.
life and people.
Yeah, I seen a haughty couple yesterday over the weekend.
Yes, we've seen
They
a
both
lot.
was like,
Mhm.
I
But
was like, okay, hey,
it's okay.
how you doing?
It's okay. It's okay. We were
Yeah.
just like, it's not a problem. We're not
It's all cool.
gonna be like that. But when you go through life, you're gonna run across people that are gonna fall into place with what you got going on, and then there's gonna be some that are just there for a season, and then there's those that will just not be a part of your journey.
Yep.
And
Like
you gotta understand that.
Yeah, like the millionaires. We know a lot of millionaires, and they're so cool. So it's really not about the money or being rich. It's
No.
really your attitude.
Yeah.
Because money doesn't make you snobby. It doesn't, because we know a lot
It can make you snobby.
millionaires that really are just down to
down to
earth
earth
and just
people.
cool.
And you really wouldn't
And,
even, I mean, yes, you would know that they are well off people
and then
in
some you
some ways, and then
wouldn't,
some that you just would
just
not
would not.
believe that
Yeah.
they're well off people. But it's their all attitude is still the same. Their attitude is the
Mm-hmm.
same as I mean, it's not about the dollar, it's just about the friendship and how
Yep.
things are going to go and who
And
you
their
are as a
heart.
person.
Mm-hmm.
Those are
Your
things
heart.
that really make a difference in life. We have
Mm-hmm.
another comment here from Idumi too. Sometimes people think that you are haughty because you want to be
Holy.
holy and righteous.
Mm-hmm.
That is a very good point. I've
Like you don't want to get out and
yeah,
start and do bad things.
right,
And you're
right.
like, yeah, like,
Hmm.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can I like that one. That right there. When you do give your life to Christ and you do make those changes in life and you've got to separate yourself from the people that you used to hang out with versus the people that you're with now, that you may not really be with anyone. You may have to separate yourself from everyone depending upon your lifestyle. And
Mm-hmm.
it really makes a difference when you've got people around you that can help you with that. But when you don't have someone around you, it just leaves you in a limbo kind of. So it's a little harder to make that transformation, and some people fall back into that because they need that attachment to people.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yep.
Fortunately, we've got each other. You know, first and foremost, we've got each other, and that
Mm-hmm.
makes a huge difference because I can. This is who I talk to before I talk to anybody, and if I can't get it right through her, then I come to my brothers. You know, and I'm trying to say, why is she not understanding me? Why is she not listening to me? I'm commanding her. I mean, I'm not commanding her. I'm telling her. I'm trying. I mean, I'm not telling her. I'm
Yeah.
trying to get her to understand. But it's the point that they make me realize that something's going on with me. If she's not understanding it all the way, I might not be explaining it right.
It's the
So I
same.
got to
I'm in the
come back.
same boat.
Really?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I mean, when we're talking to the marriage group as well, like when we all in a group and you say something, then I'd be like, oh, okay, I get it. You know, I shouldn't have said it this way. I need to say it a different way. And then things that like you had told me that someone that I talked to a lot about our relationship, I was like,
Mhm.
oh, I got to stop doing that because you don't like that, you know.
Right.
So I've
Yeah,
been
and
learning a lot.
I've learned too, because there's times that I may have been a little demanding because I feel like I do this and I do that and I do this and I do that, but it doesn't matter because we are one. You
Mm-hmm.
know, she does this and she does that. She does this and she does that. We may not be doing the same things, but what she does complements me in every way. And what I do complements her in every way. So it
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't be a who has more power in this relationship. We are the ones that run this. We do it
Mm-hmm.
together. All
Yeah,
right.
that
And
is
we
so
have
true.
another question that we want to ask real quick. What is the difference between the living God and other gods?
Mm.
Mm. I
See, ID Me Too was
that's
asking some serious questions today. Okay.
do you want to elaborate? Or you want me to?
Uh, yeah, what is it? What is the difference between the living God and other gods? I, I mean, I have one God that I worship, and that's, you know, Jesus Christ, you know, my Savior,
Your father.
my Father. I feel like, you know, some people can look at other gods as, you know, like a celebrity that they want to follow, you know, all the time, or they want to mimic, they want to be like, you know. That's how I look at that, because some people choose not to understand Christ. They rather be out in this world and be like somebody,
Mm,
you know. And through Christ, I feel like I teach myself how to be a better woman, a better sister, a better wife, you know what I'm saying,
right,
through
right.
Christ. And if I was, you know, looking at some of the celebrities that are out here that walks around in their type of clothing, or they feel like that it's okay to be open in the world and let everybody know how they feel, you know, with their sex life, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
that they can become that person's God because they worship, they worship
Worshiping
that person. Yeah.
You know, when I hear anything about about other gods, I personally I am like a history buff, and I go back to like
Mm.
Zeus and Poseidon and um, Aphrodite. You know, saying things of that. I mean, like those. You know, I look back at those that people used to worship different things of the world. And so yes, I can see where you're saying an actor or an actress, people worship them as if that they were a god.
A
I mean,
singer,
I also
especially
look at
singers,
singers and
especially
things
singers.
of that nature. I just
Mm-hmm.
look at people looking at idolization of like maybe drugs or alcohol, um, money,
Mm-hmm.
sex. These are God in my mind. These are what gods, because these were the gods of water, the God of love, the God of, you know what I'm saying, this and
Mm-hmm.
that. And so I
Okay.
think emotions, in my
Mm-hmm.
mind, I look at emotions as they could be perceived as a god in people's eyes, because they're um, looking at these things as what they want. They want that love, they want that money, they want that, and nothing else matters but that money. Nothing else matters but that love. Nothing else matters but
But
that
you got
lust.
some people that walk around like what is that singer is it 6X, the guy, he's a singer. And you
Hmm.
got people that walk around with tattoos all on their face and they have colored hair
Hmm.
and they want to make videos where they're showing off
Oh yeah,
booty.
six six nine, six
Yeah.
nine.
So it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you follow someone like that, you worship what they do because that's all you think about,
Hmm.
you know.
You want to
So
be like them. You want to look like them. You want to
yeah.
bring them in. That's your image of life.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have some comments here. I'm going to go through. Sometimes people think, oh, not that one. Sorry, I went back too far. Uh, let's see. The living one has an experience. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's an
Mm-hmm.
experience when you are with God, and you
Yeah.
know that you are with God.
It
It's
feels
truly an
good.
experience that you can't put a feeling on that. The words don't describe that feeling
Mm-hmm.
of joy. We have another comment here. Sometimes we might even follow what we know is wrong just to be accepted.
Just to be accepted.
Wow. Just to be accepted. That is so true. There's so many people
As
that
young kids,
are
they want
trying to
to they
find
want to go
themselves.
out and smoke cigarettes because their friends smoke cigarettes. So we
Yeah,
was there.
yeah,
We did that.
yeah. Trying to
Like,
find yourself.
that's the cool spot.
Yep. Got to be a part of the cool. I want to be a
Yeah,
part of the cool kids. I want to be
I
a
want to
cool
be a part
kid.
of the cool kids, but we
Yeah.
ain't doing that no more.
No, we are the cool kids. And we have a answer here from Facebook user Jehovah, which means I am. My God is whatever I need him to be. Jera, my provide. I'm not sure what that means. My provider. Ra- Rapha, my healer. Shalom, my peace. The other gods are whatever you put before the true and living God. Oh yes, that is okay. Yes, yes, that's what I was saying. Whatever you put before the true and living God, whatever emotions you may put before them, whatever feelings you put before Him, that is what people begin to idolize and feel as though they're worshiping that. They
Mm-hmm.
bring that to the life and make that be the light of their life,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where they fall into to
They
following.
start to fall
Yeah.
too. They don't stay going in life, and they wonder why they stay going in life. And it's
Hmm.
if you guys, a lot of you guys probably notice, there's been a lot of young kids committing suicide because they're trying to be like somebody
Mm.
or they want to be at the center of attention, and I think that's what causes, people's mind to really drift off because
Hmm.
they believe in they believing in the wrong thing.
Yeah, feeling depressed.
Mm-hmm.
Depression
an
is
age thing either.
truly something that is really real. A lot of people
Mental.
look at it like it's not real. It's real.
Mm-hmm.
Depression, I've seen it in people where it can destroy someone's whole life, and they just don't understand how to come out of that depression,
Right.
and they stay there for years, and
Because they want to be like somebody
someone
else, or
else.
they want more in life, and not understanding that life does take time. That's why your grandparents been married for 72 years.
Yeah.
It takes time, and you look at
Mhm.
the years.
Yes.
Alicia and Jerry, they've been married for 40 years. It takes time.
Yeah.
And if you sit around and be depressed about every single thing that goes on, you won't stay married. You won't be happy. You'll die
Right.
early. Either way it goes, you're going to die somehow because you're putting so much pressure on yourself.
It's so true. You don't want to stress yourself out because, stress is one of the major causes of death, heart attack
Mm-hmm.
in America, in the world.
And
We
being
already,
bougie.
and being bougie. I ain't gonna say nothing about that. We don't know about being bougie being a
That
cause
is
of death.
stressful. You have to have that $1,000 Gucci. You have to have that Gucci pocketbook.
I
And
get
with
it.
the
I get it.
economy
Yeah.
nowadays, and everybody working for someone else, or working, hourly wages, you can't afford. So they choose to go out and do that paying for, and stay broke.
Mm-hmm.
So it's people take items and want to say, I have to have, I have to
Right.
have.
Keeping up with the next person above them.
Mm-hmm.
They want to keep up with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And it can put you in a bind trying to keep up with everybody, and it can make sure that you stay on the go.
Mm-hmm.
Had a comment here. That's a good statement.
Life
Life takes
time.
time.
It
That is
does.
true. It's life takes time. That's why it's called life. You got to
Mm-hmm.
live it. You got to
You have
go
to
through it.
understand it.
You have ups and downs. There's rights and wrongs that you go through. There's good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
It all comes together, and you're gonna get your taste of good and your taste of bad, because you're not gonna understand what good and bad is unless you have both of them. If you always have good, you don't know what bad means. If you always have bad, you don't know what good means. So therefore, God's gonna give you a little bit of all of that so that you can understand what it boils down to: good and bad,
Mm-hmm.
right and wrong, you know, love and hate. All of that's got to come together.
Mm-hmm.
We have one more comment here. Exodus 20:2 says, God says, there thou shalt have no other gods before me. The 10 Commandments are still relevant today.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's right.
Yep.
And a quick amen
Amen.
coming from the I do
Mm-hmm.
me too. I know that's right.
Yep.
I do. I agree with you on that. I'm going to pull that back up one more time just so that can be sitting right there for just a second. We can touch on that for a second. It says that, God says that thou shalt have no other gods before me, which does mean those cigarettes. That means that drug that you
Music.
addicted to, that music that you love so much, the actor, actress that you fallen in love with, that money, that whatever it is that you put before the word of God, that is something that you need to work on. But it is what it is. We all have trials and tribulations that we must go through, in a battle that we must fight
Mm-hmm.
and we must go through. And so, um, on that note, we want to say to you guys, we really appreciate you guys joining us this evening. We'd love to talk more with you all about the things that we're doing, and we'd love for you to follow us. Please check us out on
Wonderful
www.idometoo.org.
games in there as well too.
idometoo.org. The interactives that we've got going on help you
Yes, I
to
love them.
understand the Bible verses.
Mm-hmm.
It brings an understanding to you.
It's like a puzzle. You get to piece them together and
Yeah.
things like that.
And the more you go through it, the more it helps you to remember those Bible verses. It's
Mm-hmm.
not just a comprehension thing, it's more of a remembrance to keep it in your heart. I do remember that one of our friends, Margaret, was telling us a story about a lady who was in a retirement home, but she had dementia, and she was trying to talk to the people, but she couldn't talk to people. But as soon as people started reading Bible scriptures to her, she could quote those Bible scriptures, quoting them word for word, not missing a beat. But then whenever the Bible scriptures weren't being spoken, she'd go right back into remission to where she couldn't speak to you. Those types of things, when the Bible is in you, when the word is in you, it's in you. And you want to make sure that you know that you know that you know. So with that being said, we want to say thank you guys for joining us here this evening. We love you guys, and we look forward to seeing you again next Monday.
We had to travel the world of our past to realize it was harder before cause we weren't by each other's side. Maybe it took a little longer to know together we're stronger. That's the way our love survived. Now we've gone through the fire. Love will take us higher, higher than it was before we went through love and war. See the promised land, walking hand